Good evening, I'm Nashika and this is chale.news. Tonight, the military is tearing down Accra's flood risk structures as we speak. Parliament made history with a bill 20 years in the making. A farmer was beaten to death in a Galamsey clash, and MPs are getting free chickens on the same day ordinary people got scolded for eating theirs. Let's get into it. The demolitions have started. Military personnel are actively tearing down structures built over drains and waterways across Accra. And Regional Minister Linda Oklu says not one building will be spared. President Mahama did a helicopter inspection first, quietly identifying targets before the operation went public. This is the flood response. Finally, action. Full breakdown on chale.news. A farmer is dead. In Darkakrom, Atiwa East district, a violent clash between residents and illegal miners left one man beaten to death and a 76-year-old shot. The community says Galamseyers have destroyed their farms and poisoned their water for years. Families are now begging for police intervention. This can't keep happening. After nearly 20 years of advocacy, Parliament has passed the Community Service Bill, ending the practice of locking up Ghanaians for minor offenses simply because they can't pay a fine. Lawyer Samson Lardy Anyanini called it a historic victory for the poor man's law. Presidential assent is the last step. This one matters. Now this. Agriculture Minister Eric Opoku spent part of today publicly scolding ordinary Ghanaians for eating the chickens they received under the Nkɔkɔ Nkitinkiti scheme instead of breeding them. Same day, he disclosed that birds are already being procured for members of parliament. No cost given, no quantity, no timeline. Let that sink in. The Aludiba detention saga has a new chapter. Former NAFCO CEO Hanan Aludiba walked free from BNI custody. No bail, no conditions, after 4 days that sparked a national rule of law debate. His lawyer Godfred Yeboah Dame reportedly rejected the terms authorities proposed, and they let him go the night before a high court hearing was due. Unconditional. Foreign Affairs Minister Ablakwa ghosted Parliament's Assurances Committee, skipped his scheduled appearance on July 8th, didn't answer messages from the chairman, the ranking members, or the clerks. Committee Chair Dominic Nittywool went public. Ministers cannot dodge accountability, full stop. Ablakwa has not responded. The Constitution Amendment Bill is being sent back. Speaker Bagbin has referred it to the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs after the Council of State advised against its passage. No timeline for the review has been given. The constitutional conversation continues, slowly. Ebola has now reached Kisangani, one of Congo's largest cities, with a suspected case that health authorities cannot trace back to the original outbreak zone. The DRC death toll has passed 600. Ghana has issued no updated travel or border screening advisory. That silence is concerning. Ghana's ARV stockpile has dropped below the minimum 6-month safety buffer. The Ghana AIDS Commission confirmed it today. Some regional stores are already running lower than expected. This program serves 340,000 people living with HIV. Fresh supplies are 3 to 4 weeks away. That gap needs to be managed carefully. Abu Trica is on a plane to America. Ghanaian socialite Frederick Kumi, known as Abu Trica, was extradited to the U.S. today on federal charges over an alleged $8 million AI-powered romance scam targeting elderly Americans. A last-minute legal bid to stop his transfer failed. He flew out on Delta Flight DL157. Full story on chale.news. Government paid 107 million Ghanaian cedis in allowances to assembly members in 2025, 7 million Ghanaian cedis over budget. That news lands alongside an audit showing 25 district assemblies diverted 18.8 million Ghanaian cedis meant for roads, clinics, and schools. The allowances were paid. The infrastructure, redirected. Finance Minister Minister Forson says Ghana's 18 months of economic shock therapy are nearly done. 6 more months, then the pivot to growth and jobs. But a 54 billion Ghanaian cedi debt repayment is sitting in 2027. The tunnel may have a light, the road after it is still narrow. Mobile money is now Ghana's biggest fraud target, overtaking traditional banks for the first time. Bank of Ghana's 2025 fraud report shows PSP fraud jumped 54%, with value at risk nearly doubling to 37 million Ghanaian cedis. Watch your wallet, literally. The Black Stars post-mortem continues. 4 straight friendly losses before the tournament, a 5-1 thrashing by Austria, a coaching change mid-campaign, squad tensions that wouldn't stay quiet. Ghana's 2026 World Cup unraveled from the inside. The rebuild has to start with that, the internal dysfunction, before anything else. We'll end on this one. Musician Lasmid made a public promise to TikTok dancer Sycross, the disabled boy dancer with nearly 200,000 followers, and he kept it. Sycross now has a prosthetic leg. He posted a grateful video. In a day full of hard news that's worth a moment. That's your July 9th evening digest. Every story fully reported at chale.news. Stay informed. Good night, Chale.